Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I don't know how about the rest of you, but I still have some Saga rank up gems to use. 7-star 1 to 2 gems that we could earn very recently, and 2 arcade 4 to 5 gems on 6 stars. I was pondering which champions would be the best ones to use these on, and I probably should have made a video about this earlier. Initially, as in like the best options for them, but now we are actually presented with a fairly good opportunity, because this time around we already know the champions for the upcoming sagas. We don't really know the nodes, but we do know the champions that Kabam had tagged with Secutor and Provocateur tags, which are presumed to be the next saga champions. Now, when we're looking at the Mystic and Mutant champions, obviously that is irrelevant for us. So the defender part of it is quite irrelevant. But Thekiryu, so Tech and Science champions, will be the attackers of the next saga. And Tech and Science champions are the defenders of the current saga. And there is a champion overlap. So I'm going to go over every champion and, how likely would I recommend to rank and which gem, you could use on them, and which champions I'm kind of thinking to use the gems on myself. So first and foremost, let's start with Shuri. If you do not have rank 2 Shuri, then this arcade gem will rank up Shuri, and you will be able to use her on attack in the next sagas. So for next season of Alliance Wars and so on and so forth. Also for next set of incursions. Shocker is another one, but most people who have Shocker already have him ranked up. Hulkbuster, personally, is probably the champion I'm looking at using the gem right now. At least one of them, because not only Hulkbuster is a champion that I personally do quite like, and also a phenomenal defensive threat right now in the Battlegrounds. Additionally to all of that, he's also going to be an offensive champion for the upcoming set of sagas. So Hulkbuster is like my likeliest candidate for 7-star 1 to 2 gem. Mysterio is an option as well. Then we have Ultron. If you happen to have been lucky enough to pull him from the raids rewards. Arcade as a 6 or 7-star obviously will be the next saga attacker. It's a bit of a shame that we do not know the nodes exactly, but we can go off champion overall quality as well. iDoom is an option. Omega Sentinel is another terrific option that currently is a saga defender and will be the next saga attacker. Penny Parker is one of the champions I'm strongly considering for my 4 to 5 gem, alongside Shocker, because I do not have a 7-star Shocker myself. So, and then we are going to look at the Science champions. Mr. Fantastic is actually a champion I kind of want to experiment in the current meta, because I think he could be quite gnarly on defense, but that is a big if I could get him ascended in time. There's also Mr. Negative that will be viable in the next saga. iHulk. Cassie Lang currently is saga champion that will be defensive champion in the next saga. Jessica Jones and Spider-Punk. So most realistically, for me personally, based on my personal situation here and based on which champions I have and have not ranked already, if I have to use my rank up gems right now, I'd probably use my 1 to 2 7-star gem on Hulkbuster, because I'm currently having him at the 7-star rank 1 level. And I quite like him, and he can be useful right now in Battlegrounds, as well as obviously in the upcoming seasons, hopefully. And then Shocker is a very solid option for my 6-star 4 to 5 gem, because I still haven't rank 5'd him, and I'm going to need to ascend him at some point very soon. And then I'm really looking at Mr. Fantastic or Penny Parker for my 6-star rank 4 to 5 gems. Mr. Fantastic is probably a bit more realistic because there is no 7-star version of him, and I think that would be pretty much a perfect pick. But that's it. These champions are the ones that overlap and could potentially be the best investment. So we have 1 Shuri, 2 Shocker, 3 Hulkbuster, 4 Mysterio, 5 Ultron, 6 Arcade, 7 iDoom, 8 Omega Sentinel, 9 Penny Parker, 10 Mr. Fantastic, 11, Mr. Negative, 12 for iHulk, 13 for Cassie Lang, 14 for Jessica Jones, 15 for Spider-Punk. So, again, just to make it clear, in case somebody didn't quite follow the logic here, this is the set of current champions that arcade rank up gems and Sig Stones work on. So anything that we earned in this saga, we can use on these champions, because these are the saga champions. However, since we know the next sagas, and here's the list of them, and again, the offensive category is going to be science and tech. That's currently the defensive one. There is a champion pool that we already know that will effectively be highlighted in the upcoming seasons. In Lions War and Battleground, so on and so forth. So, using the rank up gems right now that we already have earned for the current saga, we can upgrade the champions for the next saga, which again, I believe would probably be the smartest investment. And as I mentioned here, we're going to have Hulkbuster that works in the next saga, Spider-Punk, we're going to have, a handful of other gems. I actually don't have too many 7-stars I could use these gems on, because a whole bunch of them I already have at rank 2. But for me, the 7-star gem looks like it's going to go to Hulkbuster right now. Obviously, I could use it on Bayfair Build, Terax, or a whole bunch of other champions, but if these champions will have heightened usability, heightened importance for next couple of months in the game, then I'm much more inclined to rank these champions up. I personally will still probably just wait a little bit to know exactly what the nodes do, because it is, likely that some of these champions will not function too well either. As always, like right now, even in arcade games, we have Clarity champions that nobody used, like, Daredevil Hell's Kitchen, just because he's a Clarity champion, nobody really cares about that, or Thor Ragnarok, or Squirrel Girl, or God forbid Silver Sable. So a bad champion is still a bad champion, don't get me wrong. Like, if the champion sucks, just because he's going to be a Saga champion next season, doesn't mean that he's worth the rank up. Again, we have Daredevil Hell's Kitchen, Silver Sable, we have champs, Deadpools and whatnot. Similarly on defense, many of these champions hardly, did a thing. Like, Wolverine is a tactic defender, and nobody cares about fighting Wolverines. But, luckily for us, pretty much all of these champions are actually good, or at the very least, most of them. And yeah, that's why I made a video. That's why I think you could kind of like maximize your rank up gems for the future importance. Let me know what you guys think about the idea, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about